So you're looking for a 35mm prime for your Nikon Z camera, and there's a number of options available to you. And Nikon themselves have two, I think. They might have three. I don't really keep up on a lot of the lenses these days because, frankly, there's a lot to keep up with. Anyway, Nikon has a 35 1.4 and a 35 1.8S, neither of which I own. I did own the 1.8S, but I didn't find it massively exciting, so I traded it in. But anyway, I've been sent another one to add for your consideration. This is the Sirui, or Sirui. It's not Sirui, I'm pretty certain. Aurora 35 1.4. Can it compete when there are so many first-party options? There's a lot of third-party options available in this focal length as well. Is there a market for this lens in particular? Well, yeah, it's really bloody good. So a few notes about the physical aspects of this lens. I think it's really nicely designed. I like the branding on it. I like an awful lot about it. I love the build quality. It's nicely built. It's got a function button. It's got an AF/MF switch, iris lock because it has a clicky and non-clicky aperture ring, and you can lock it into the auto mode. You can also de-click it with a switch on the other side. Very nice. This is better specced than all the Nikon lenses because they don't have clicky, de-clicky aperture rings. As far as I understand, and I've been told, it is fully weather sealed and apparently not just at the mount. So I don't know to what extent that is. I haven't got a gasket diagram, but that's very nice. I have shot it in the rain, and I shot it before I found out it was weather sealed, but it seems to perform really well. It's still working and it's not full of water, so you know, it is weather sealed to some degree. No one ever tells me exactly how much. Anyway, physically, really interesting. I think it's a little bit bigger and maybe slightly heavier than some of the first party options, but you're not getting anything less with this than you do from those lenses. Now, optically, this lens is really interesting because it's really, really good. It's impressively sharp, wide open. It gets maybe marginally sharper as you stop down and really only the periphery, and that might be a field curvature issue. So, very impressive. Vignetting, again, there's vignetting at f1.4 and it's pretty much gone at f1.8, which is incredible. It's a really impressive performance from it. The only sort of optical flaw I guess I found is that it has a longitudinal chromatic aberration wide open. This is gone by f2.8 from what I can tell. Now, I don't mind this, it's just an effect to note because it can cause discoloration in your out of focus areas, but being a very bright lens, you're probably going to be using it bright mostly in darker situations, and in those situations that's less of an obvious effect anyway. And I like it. It lends character to the lens. It's the same reason why I liked how the TTR stand 40mm f2 performed as well. So very, very impressive optically. Lens flare as well is extremely well controlled. I have caused it to flare. I haven't got any sort of lowered contrast or ghosting in any particularly significant ways. And when I pointed it directly into a streetlight, well, it had a fairly nice looking flare, to be honest, and it seems pretty consistent throughout the aperture range. So I think that's very much the characteristic of the glass. So overall, very impressive optically. It's not what I was expecting, but then I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest. I'm very, very impressed. Well, a conclusion about the Sirui Aurora 35 f1.4, and I'm quite pleased I've gotten through this entire video without mumbling the word Aurora. It's a really impressive lens, and it's an easy recommendation. It's not crazy money for what is a very good lens with a bit of character, and really that's all I'm looking for from a lens. And I say all, but it's, you know, it's hard to make these things. Anyway, very impressive. Now, can I recommend it over a competing lens? Well, that's harder to say because I don't have those to compare it against. But I did own the Nikon 35 1.8S, and I got rid of it, which probably means I didn't love it. Whereas I don't think I'm going to be getting rid of this. Now, there is a difference here. I paid money for the Nikon, and I was sent this for free to make this video about. So, you know, obviously that taints my opinion of things. And yes, I really like it, but that's not just because I got it for free. I do think it's a really interesting lens, and you can make up your own mind by looking at the photos and the performance of it. But I would be really curious to know your thoughts. Whether this is the lens that you would pick, whether you would pick the Nikon 35 1.4, the 35 1.8S, or something else in that sort of range. I don't really know what things people are often buying, but when I do speak to people about their sort of camera prices, a lot of these third-party makers tend to be some of the more popular lenses I see around. I'm seeing a lot of Viltrox lenses, for example, and fewer first-party lenses because the prices are going up and up. That's not necessarily true of Nikon because they do make an equivalent roughly in this price range of this lens. So do let me know your thoughts. I'm really curious to know. And thank you very much for watching. I will catch you next time.